Minnesota Vikings have their 90-man rooster set, but they have a little bit of cap space, and there is a little smidgen of room for the Vikings to improve their roster as they head into training camp, notably talking tight end depth. Now, I love me some Irv Smith Jr. I think the other guys have some potential, but there isn't a clear-cut tight end 2 in the building. Enter one Eric Ebron. Now, could the veteran provide some depth for the Vikings? Sure, if the price is right. And Eric Ebron, if you remember, was the number 10 overall pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. Now, we get a lot of poop, certainly, for taking Anthony Barr, even though Anthony Barr was a 4-time Pro Bowler as well as team captain here with the Vikings. So it's not really like Eric Ebron. But taking them ahead of Aaron Donald, who fell all the way to the then St. Louis Rams at 13. Mistakes were made, but no regrets. Yeah, there you go. But Eric Ebron, he was on the Bleacher Report's NFL Free Agency 2022, ranking the 10 best unsigned players under 30 by our guy Ian Wharton. And clocking in number 7 was Eric Ebron, and listed as one of the best fits, the Minnesota Vikings. This is what Ian wrote. In spite of Eric Ebron's penchant for drops, yeah, that's an issue. He's got more drops at AT&T. Or the fact that he had just 84 receiving yards in 8 games last year, he'd still be an upgrade for many teams as a second tight end. Ebron hit injured reserve in Week 12 last year because of knee injury, but is only 29 years old. He's totaled 537 yards or more in 5 of his 8 seasons. The 6'4", 253-pounder uses his length and a thick THICC frame to box out defenders instead of relying on his once impressive speed. He's posted a catch rate of at least 60% in all but one season over the last 7 years. It's easy to see why a playoff contender could use him as a red zone target, but Ebron could be more than that if healthy. He's maintained a 10.9 yards per catch average during his career. Put him in an offense with several playmakers ahead of him in a pecking order, and he'll be excellent value. Best fits: Bengals, Eagles, and the Minnesota Vikings. And Eric Ebron, like we said, respect. Number 10 overall pick. He randomly made the Pro Bowl in 2018 because, so Lions gave up on him. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He went to Indianapolis as a backup, and then he had a monster season. He had 66 catches for 750 yards and 13 touchdowns on 110 targets. Just insanity. Just insane, man. Spent 2 years with Indy, 2 years with the Steelers. Last year, like Ian mentioned, it was injury-riddled. But even at 29, even though he doesn't have his elite 4.6 speed like he did back in the day, he certainly can still be an asset, especially in the red zone as a receiver. But we said, the Vikings tight end depth, they may feel pretty okay about it because Irv coming back from knee injury of his own. He is going to be tight end 1, and hopefully busts out in year 4. And then the Vikings, Johnny Munt came over from the Rams. He has ties with Wes Phillips and Kevin O'Connell, so don't discount that. Ben Ellefson is a fine blocking tight end. Nick Muse as a 7th-round pick out of South Carolina. Maybe he could be the surprise of camp, plus Zach Davidson is still in the mix too. But adding a veteran, whether it's Eric Ebron, whether it's Kyle Rudolph potentially, it's not the worst thing in the world. Plus, it's not like either of them are going to break the bank. I would be shocked if Ebron gets anything more than league minimum at this point, with little to nothing guaranteed. But as a camp body, could you do worse than Eric Ebron on your 9-man roster? Sure. And I think with the Vikings, specifically with some tight end depth issues, just waiting and hoping for someone else to step up. If Ebron can come in, play 10, 15 snaps a game as a tight end 2, primarily in the red zone as a receiver, I don't see an issue. I don't see an issue with it. So it's something to think about. We'll see what happens. Maybe the Vikings do believe in the depth, but again, you could do a lot worse. I would rather have Ebron than Kyle Rudolph at this point. But your thoughts are thoughts. Bleacher Report saying Eric Ebron, ? Best fit is with the Minnesota Vikings. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and their thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.